All right. All right. I'm here with the lovely, the most beautiful artist known as BeBes. How you doing?
I'm good. How are
I'm
you?
doing great. I'm doing great.
Good.
So let's start on how everything started for you becoming an artist.
Um, well, it all started when I was in my mother's. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I mean, technically it did though because she was in the church choir
okay.
while she was pregnant with me,
Right.
and my grandfather, her dad, sang was a musician as well. So I probably was a musician technically in her stomach. I
Wow.
just
Okay.
hadn't, come into it
Right.
yet.
Right. Right.
But now that we're here, I was interested. I started being interested in music and singing when I was like 3 or 4,
Mm,
and I made it a big point to my mom. So she
right.
was like, "Okay, so what you're gonna do is play piano because singing is kind of like all over the place, but piano has structure. Can learn to play,
Okay.
practice, all that stuff."
Right.
So I did that, and I took lessons for 10 years, and
Mm,
I started when I was 8. So when I was coming into high school,
okay.
my piano instructor recommended that I go to a performing arts high school, and I did.
Okay.
And I had pretty much been performing ever since then. I
Okay.
take a lot of pride in that I was one of the only freshmen to get cast in the and in a musical as a freshman. We did The Wiz,
Okay.
and I
Okay.
was the Scarecrow. So, but yeah, after that, it just kept rolling and rolling. And then as I was graduating high school, I got
Mhm.
picked up by a local company.
Okay.
And T Beats, it's called T Beats Entertainment. And
Okay.
yeah, I worked with them for a couple of years, got my feet wet, got a little experience. Actually, I
Right.
got a lot of experience to be so young. But then
Okay.
I noticed that like I wasn't really like I didn't have so much of my own voice. I didn't
Right.
really know what I wanted to do, so I stepped back. I was in school. I was a music major, so I was
Mm,
still growing in my art,
right.
but I wasn't like out front.
Okay.
And
Okay.
but now I'm back.
So you start out playing piano. That's where it
Yeah.
started from.
hmm
So do you still play it now?
I do play a little.
Okay.
I used it as my vehicle to grow vocally because
Really?
I knew I wanted to be a singer no matter what. But my mom was not really with it. She was like, if you want to do something, be a musician,
Right.
play piano. So I did that, and then I just kind of used it to be my base for singing. So I still do,
Okay.
but more in that way.
So do you know how to play the piano and sing at the same time?
I do, but it really is hard, and it
Yeah.
really is like a lot of practice.
Right.
Like Alicia Keys, girl, everybody else, the Roberta Flack, everybody who was playing and singing and made it look so effortless,
Right.
it was not. So, yeah, it's definitely a big task, but
Okay.
I can do it when I wanna.
Nothing wrong with it at all. So how did you come up with the name BB?
So when I was previously out as an artist and performing, I went by Brianna Elise.
Okay.
And so this time I wanted to, I knew myself a little more. I knew that I was different than before, and I wanted to change my name.
Right.
So since my name was Brianna Elise and my name is Brianna Brown, it's BB. So the BE with Brianna Elise, BB Brianna Brown.
Right.
So
Right. Makes
it's like,
sense.
that works.
Okay. So you're I looked at your portfolio. So mainly neo soul,
Yeah.
jazz, and R&B.
Yep.
So how did that come about instead of just the typical, R&B?
Yeah. Well, when I was younger, well, I was born in New York, and me and my mom,
Really?
we lived in a cute little apartment. I remember the address, 505 McDonald Avenue between Church and C. But that was our spot, and that's where really I fell in love with music. She just had music playing all of the time.
Okay.
It was either Stevie Wonder, Shaka Khan, Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, or Luther Vandross
Right.
at some point in the day.
Okay.
So throw some Lauryn Hill, Music Soul Child, Carl Thomas, all of them back in there too.
Right.
So
Right.
there
Right.
was all of that around me, and that's what I was listening to. And
Okay.
she loved it, and I loved it, and that's the sound I adopted.
Okay. Okay.
And then as I got a little older, on my dad's side, my grandfather is a pianist.
Oh.
My step grandfather.
Okay.
But yeah, he's a like a world renowned jazz pianist. So
Right.
I was seeing him, travel all the time and play. And then my stepsister, who's a big, huge influence on me, she was starting to get into jazz. So little sisters kind of just follow what they big sisters do. So I
Right,
was
right,
kind of
right.
creeping into it up after her, and that's how I got into that.
Okay. So is the piano the only musical instrument you know how to play?
Yeah, piano and voice. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So with the neo soul,
hmm
how does that make you feel internally, like singing it, and also with the jazz?
Honestly, like the neo soul, it makes me feel like home. It really makes me feel like I'm back in that apartment with my mom,
Okay.
and we're doing us. It's just the safest, warmest feeling for me. So
Nice.
that's why I was like, I gotta make that what I do. I gotta keep that as much as possible. And the jazz, it really something about jazz just brings me peace.
Hmm.
It's so I don't know. The art form is something that is so beautiful to me.
Right.
It's a Black American art form. Where it came from, we started it. It's our classical music, our American classical music,
Right. Very
and
true.
such a rich history. And just thinking back, just to where it has come from and how it's grown and come along, it's like
Right.
a real beautiful. It's a beautiful culture, jazz.
Definitely.
It is
Definitely.
to me. So, I love that, and I'm into it.
Okay. So was the Wiz your first performance?
Yeah. Well, I I guess my first actual performance, because in middle school I was in like choirs and stuff too. Like I was
Right.
never
Okay.
not singing.
Oh, okay.
So wherever I was at in whatever school that was the thing I was doing. So
Okay. So how did you feel being up there, on the stage, in a scarecrow uniform?
I was actually really nervous for that one because I had never seen a girl scarecrow. So I was like, well, how do I do this?
Right.
And so it was my first time learning, like, as an artist, how you kind of go into your own journey with whatever you're doing, and you
Right.
don't have to just do what's been done.
Okay.
So that was definitely a big lesson there because I was thrown off.
It's okay. It's all right. I know just being on stage, the lights and, all of that, it can be definitely nervous. You can be
Yeah.
nervous. And sometimes can be uncomfortable too,
Definitely.
but yeah, that nervousness, like, even now,
Yeah.
still to this day, I get nervous sometimes. Just
Mhm.
DJing or doing anything, I still
All
get nervous.
the time. Yeah.
So, how many performances have you had being an artist, a neo soul artist, R&B artist?
Well, I've had quite a few. So, I've come out as BB with like singles and stuff.
Right.
2019 has pretty much been my first year doing it.
Okay.
It's me. I'm out, and it's been going pretty well. Maybe I've had like a couple of shows a month. And
Really?
and it was really like surprising to me because usually it takes a minute for people
Yeah.
to pick up and be interested in bands. But as soon as I put myself out there, people were like, "Yep," and I was
Really?
like, "Really? Okay, here I come." So
Man, that's
yeah.
great. No, that's honestly, that's really great.
It's really been like I'm really grateful for that. Like it really, I don't know. It's easy to get discouraged and stuff. So
Right.
that's kind of like just a reassurance that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So
Okay.
it feels really good. So
So, what has been your best performance?
I guess I want to say. So I guess I'll go for this year because I do perform a lot.
Right, right.
So, and I hope to continue doing so. So that's not a problem. But this year, I'd say my best performance was when I had my first show as a Kranzberg artist or like as a resident with the Kranzberg Arts Foundation.
Okay.
It was at the Dark Room. It was the first time I had kind of put together like a big band with my band. So I'm BB and my band are the Neo Souls.
Right, right.
Uh-huh.
That's their
So
name?
yeah.
Oh, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, all right.
So I had three support vocalists. I don't like to say background because
Right.
they're really support. They ain't in the back. So three support vocalists. I had two guys on keys. I had my drummer. I had sax. It was beautiful. It was incredible. The stage was small and it was crowded.
Right.
However, it was a great time.
Right.
And I'd say that was my best performance because, like, it was my first like really long set.
Okay.
Doing my own music. We had 3 hours to play.
3?
3.
Wow.
So, and we do them in sets, like 50-minute sets. So you play for 50 minutes and then you break. But throughout the first set, I was really nervous. I was really not thinking that I was doing good, and I was upset. And then I went and had to go get a pep talk from my support team, because what is anybody without that?
Right.
And then I came back, and then, I just did my thing. But this performance happened to be live streamed. So afterwards, the first thing I did was watch it, because, like, in my head, I was like, oh, my God, I didn't feel...
Right.
So then I watched it, and I was like, there was literally absolutely... Okay, maybe one thing wrong, but literally, like, I made it this whole thing, and it was literally, like, a moment, and it passed, and everything else was great.
Okay.
So I was like, seeing that and going through that made me feel like, even when I don't feel like I have it,
right.
At this point, I just have to be confident in the fact that I'm a professional, and that I do this and I know how, and that I can.
Right.
So that made me feel good.
So with the band, so is this somebody you personally picked out, or?
Yeah, these are all people I personally picked out.
Okay.
I had actually came up with the idea to do the Neo Souls as a band a couple years ago.
Okay.
But I was really discouraged, because being in St. Louis, like, seeing all the musicians and how they work, it's like a really fast paced, like, cycle.
Yeah.
And so getting pulled into it is difficult, hopping in there.
Right.
And just grabbing people to play, because people are busy and people play for a lot of other things.
Right.
So I was nervous to do it at first, but then I was like, you know what? I was at a session with some musicians and I just said it, and they were like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And I was like, okay. And then that's how we started.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So what about the vocalists? The support?
Yeah. So one of them is my best friend, and she's been my best friend for years, and her mom's a singer.
Okay.
So it was easy to ask her. And then another one I met through another band that I was working with. That's another cool thing. Some people may think that, like, the St. Louis scene is real, like, shady, and it can be sometimes, but there are some good people out there and who just support good music.
Right.
It's not about anything else, but, like, if if you're about it, if you are good, they want to see you succeed too, because we want the whole music scene to change. Right. And that takes more than one person. So, but with that, the band We Are Root Mod, I was singing with them on one occasion, and I met another vocalist there, and so from that, me and her got together. Her name is Diana. She's incredible. Okay. But I met her through them, and I was able to pull her for that show. Right. And then I had another friend who I just met through, the music scene, and her name is Maxa. She's an incredible friend, vocalist, artist. So these people were, like, really people who, they were, like, musicians and artists to me, but also, like, people who I consider friends, and
nice
people who I like to be around, which is important to me.
I've noticed just we're kind of divided here in St. Louis. We have the rappers, we have the underground rappers, mainly like the hip hop rappers. Yeah. Then we got the neo soul and the jazz, and it's just either you know about one or the other. And of course you mainly hear about the rappers and everything. So where is typical spots that you can go and maybe hear, like, neo soul artists?
I feel like that's something you kind of just gotta look for. You gotta see what bands are playing, and that's something that I do, because I am looking for those things. So I seek them out and I find them. So just seeing where bands play BeBes a lot. Okay. That's funny, haha. Yeah. No,
that's a cool spot too.
Yeah, the place, the jazz bar BeBes. Right. People are there. There's been some more, like, soulful music coming out of the dark room. I'm not the only one. Okay. So there's a good spot. The Monocle, the Ready Room, all these places seem to house that kind of music. The music that's kind of coming onto the scene right now.
Okay. So you mentioned Erykah Badu and Jill Scott was one of your people you were listening to coming up. Have you seen them perform live?
I actually have not seen either of them perform, like, live in person. Okay. It's on my bucket list. I'm gonna get there.
I know Erykah Badu is coming here soon.
Yes, she is, and I'm trying to get them tickets ASAP. So yeah.
I've always noticed that it's different seeing them perform live. Like, it's just just feel their music more, then you can kind of actually hear like their real voice and everything, and it's truly amazing.
Yeah.
Just what kind of work the studios can do. Make you sound good.
Make you sound like anything.
Right, but when you hear them live, you're like, man, it sounds just like the album.
It's a connection there.
Right.
Yeah.
So have you came out with any albums or anything lately?
Well, I'm getting ready to on August 8th. It's a Thursday. My first EP is BeBes will be coming out.
Nice.
It is called Is That All Right?
Okay.
And I'm really excited about it.
So can I get a little bit of a spoiler? Like, what's some of the maybe songs or anything that's on there?
I can give you the track list because I put that out already. So,
okay.
It's 6 songs, and they are I Wantcha, which is my single that is already out.
I like that.
The second single is the title track, and it's called Is That All Right?
Okay.
And it features rapper, producer, and my boo, BBP. He's on there with me.
Yes.
On the third track, it's a song called All Night, and he actually produced that one.
BBP. Okay. All right.
BBP, he sure did. And then the fourth song is called Love Me or Leave Me, produced by an incredible producer in St. Louis. One I feel like the R&B and the singers need to know about. His name is Blair the Machine, because we do have a hard time finding them.
Right.
But then the fifth song is called Keep It Moving, and it features my girl KV the Writer, an incredible rapper. She's out of St. Louis, but she left us for ATL on the bigger and better things. She's going to take over there now.
Yeah.
And then the last song, it's an acoustic version. It's called Stay With Me, and it's a song that I had actually previously put out under Brianna Elise.
Okay.
And it was one of my favorite songs that I had written back then. So I wanted to re-put it out. It was originally produced by Cleva. He's another R&B producer out here that our singers need to know about.
All right.
And then I had the acoustic version played by one of the members in my band, Aaron Brown. Guitar player, incredible. And we put that thing together.
Okay, all right. So what's your expectations with it? Like, it's your first one. Just the track list, it sounds great.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. It's really interesting because this project, I'm very excited about it. Okay. But it's not like a nervous excitement. It's a peaceful excitement. So I guess because of that, I don't have any like huge expectations of what, like, I hope people like it. And honestly, that's what the name of the title is about. Is that all right? Like, y'all cool with that? Like, right. Is that cool with y'all? Because I like it. Is that all right with y'all?
Right. Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. So, you mentioned BBP.
Yes.
Your boo.
My boo.
So, how did that connection happen?
Musically, of
Really?
course. Yeah.
Okay.
I actually, it's such a crazy and cute story. I met up with him through, I mentioned T-Beat Studios earlier, and we met through the founder of that company. He had arranged a meeting for us, Tony Thompson. Okay. He had arranged a meeting for us because he had heard BeBes music and he thought it would fit well with my sound. Right. And I was like, okay, yeah, producers. And then I heard his stuff and I was like, oh, I'm going to meet this man. So we met on a Thursday for a session, like for just a preliminary meeting to talk about recording and making music. And we stayed in the studio all weekend together. And then every day after that, we was just like this. Right. And then like a couple weeks later, I was like, okay, we stuck now. Like we met to meet music, and then we started making it, and it just never stopped. We just kind of kept going. Right. And a little over a year later, here we are now. And yeah. So you guys been together about a year now? Yeah, a little bit over. You seem excited out here. I am. It's really great, cool. Though. Right. People say all the time that like being with an artist is something that you shouldn't do as an artist. Yeah. And I see that, I get that, and I've seen how that cannot work. So like with us and with it working as well as it does, like it's just exciting for me because it's like it's so nice to like share what you love with who you love.
Oh, man,
and
amazing.
People don't get to do that all the time.
Very true. Very true.
So I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be able to have that.
So how many songs have you guys recorded together?
Well, BeBe records all the time.
I know.
So I don't know. I don't know. Like, we have scratch stuff like
just everywhere.
Who knows?
But one song made it to the EP.
Definitely one song made it to the EP for me. And then when he drops his album, whenever that comes out, I'm on one of his songs as well.
Okay. So you're BeBe, and he's BBP.
Yes. BeBe, the producer.
So so when you guys told each other about, hey, this is my name.
Yeah. We were like, oh wow, that's inherently cute. Like just automatically off the top.
Right.
That book writes itself.
Right.
And it really has. Our whole book has written itself.
Nice. So both of you guys are affiliated with As One Music and Entertainment.
Absolutely.
So how did that come about?
Well, it came about through BeBe bragging on me.
Right.
To Will, who's how I came to know the company.
Okay.
And I guess Will he liked what he heard, and he was like, "You come join the team." And I was like, "Okay, I like teams.
Right,
I do.
right.
I really do. I like teams. I like family stuff. I like that BeBe does music and his family does music, and I just like that it's a common thread between us all.
Right,
so
right.
I'm really into it. Like, how did me, like, I don't want to do anything else but music. I never have. So how did I get put with someone who does music in a family that does music? It's just like, okay, I'm here for it.
Yeah, they family when it comes to music is man. I mean, even back when I know Will, some 6th, 7th grade, like the church and everything, and it's just we was even in band together and everything too, and still to this day, it's something affiliated with music.
Yeah,
and
man.
So when he told me that I need you to interview BeBe, I was like, I already did.
The other one.
Right. So he said BBP. Well, no, I'm sorry. He said, no, you did BBP. So I'm like, when he first told me about BeBe, he said it's BeBe, but I didn't know it was BBP.
Yeah.
So then he told me about you. I'm like, all right, man, just.
Yeah, we hope that it doesn't get too confusing, but that's why the spellings are different. I'm like BE, like just the word.
Yeah, right.
BE.BE, and he is the letters BBP.
Right.
So, gotta make that distinction. I guess I see how it can get confusing, but also it's a good way to remember us together. So.
Okay, all right. Do you have any upcoming performances?
I actually do. This Friday, which is August 9th, I will be performing at the Monocle for a 5-year, it's not really a celebration. I guess we could call it a celebration of life for Michael Brown. It's like one of those shows to honor his memory.
Right.
Yeah, so that's coming up. I am doing my residency at the Dark Room. So every last Friday of the month until the end of 2020, I'm there. So I'm like always perpetually performing or preparing for those performances.
Okay.
So those are coming up. I have one actually, a really cool performance called Peace Fest coming up in September, and I'm excited for that just because I like what that's about. So
that's outside, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I remember seeing that. So what about weddings or I guess you could say like certain kind of events and functions?
Yeah.
Like, have you done any of those?
Yes, that's actually, I guess, my day job.
Really?
So I'm along with me being like having my music and my band, I'm also in a wedding band called the Luster Lights.
Okay, all right.
Yes, and I've been with them for almost 2 years now.
Really?
And it has been incredible. It's so cool. Like, I used to work retail.
Okay.
So like that used to be my job, and now my job is like basically singing at celebrations of love.
Right.
So it's definitely an upgrade. It's fun, and we do events and stuff too. Like we just did Jungle Boogie at the zoo. So
Okay.
we're in different places, and it's
Man.
experience. It's fun. The band is full of great people.
Okay.
I'm one of 2 lead singers, so it's not all on me, which is thank God. So, but yeah, it's great. That's been great, and I'm very happy to be a musician who. That's my job that like pays the bills that I have. But it's still singing, so
Right. Okay.
that's a blessing too.
What about out of town? Any out of town performances?
We travel out of town.
Really?
We do. I think we're going to Ohio. We went to Georgia earlier in May.
Okay.
I came back. I went to go help my sister. She runs a jazz camp in Brooklyn every summer. So I assisted her with that, and then I did a show with her up there in New York, and that was my first show. I'm so excited. My sister, Nakara Warren, her project Black Wall Street is getting ready to come out, and she plays the vibes. Incredible composer, musician, and she's a rapper. So like that show, it was so much fun. It was super exciting. It was like my first singing kind of show in New York.
Right.
So that was great.
Have you ever maybe thought about just like I kind of like how maybe Beyonce just do like a 8-bar rap.
Mm-hmm.
Not really a
Yeah.
rap, but you know.
A little something.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I'd be like, ooh, me rap. I got bars in real life. Okay, let me. For real though. It's actually so very, very, very little known fact. Like, I don't know if I maybe have never told anybody this, so you literally might be the first person to hear this.
Oh,
but
snap.
I had a
Exclusive.
very, very small book of raps
Really?
in high school.
Okay.
Yes, and I would write raps when I would get mad. So, and I don't have that notebook anymore, but
What?
I would used to try and get some bars to get out my feelings. So I can do a little 8. Yeah.
All right, I think maybe the next EP.
Definitely. And I have BVP, who is the word master of the world, as my coach. So
he is
He's not gonna let me embarrass him.
Hey,
Or myself.
Hey, maybe I don't know, 8 bars from him, 8 bars from you, 8 bars from him, then
And now, if we make that a track, we definitely gonna tell you about it and let you know that you inspired that, because it's not a bad idea. I haven't heard it yet, so it could be done.
Yeah, because his production is just, man. When I interviewed him, I'm just, man, like, what comes in your head when you're, making these tracks and everything, and just, he's definitely gifted.
Yeah.
Definitely gifted.
Yeah.
So when you write your songs, what kind of mind frame do you be in? Do you be angry, upset, or how do you come up with your songs?
So I write based on the music that I hear.
Okay.
So there are times where like I sit and I make out my own melodies and music.
Right.
I didn't do any of that for this track. Honestly, just because that takes me forever, and that's coming. But my compositions are coming. But for the most part, when I hear a track, when I hear the music, that kind of it just tells me, what mood this is.
Right.
And then I just go to that place in myself, and I just write from there. I'm not a person who's like really great at writing in groups, because it really is like it's a personal, very personal thing for me. It's like I have to kind of get into diary mode. So
you gotta be kind of like isolated and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I'm always like in a bedroom, in a small like enclosed personal space.
Okay. What about recording? Do you do you feel like you got to be like complete? I know you're not alone, but do you kind of visualize yourself being alone?
Recording is different. I prefer not to have hella people in the room.
Right.
But like a couple people, it doesn't throw me off or anything, because like when I'm in the booth, it's a performance too. So that's not really a problem.
So what motivates you when you're on stage? What keeps you like not being nervous? Like,
it actually is the nerves that keeps me going. It's
really?
Like,
that's a first.
Yeah, the nerves, I feel like I don't see it as nerves. I see it as building up kinetic energy that I'm about to go release when I get on stage.
Right.
So it's like I get I get worried when they don't come because it's like, oh snap, where's the energy that I'm about to go use to do this?
Right.
So doing it that way has always made it easier for me because it's like I know it's like, okay, I'm feeling all this stuff, but I'm about to use all of it, so let it come.
Okay. Does the audience ever bother you?
It used to, I guess,
Okay.
when I was younger. Like I said, I kind of started doing more performances publicly, like out of high school when I was like 17, 18.
Right.
So when I was younger, it used to, especially because like I just also had to learn like every crowd isn't for you.
Yes.
And you're not for every crowd.
Very
and
true.
not to
Very
take
true.
those things personally.
Right.
Yeah. So I had to learn how to kind of get over that, but I did. And once you find your people, you get it. You get that that's how it is.
Okay. So you mentioned your best friend. She's a singer too.
Yeah, she is.
Any songs together?
Not yet, but I think I might have to put her on a track. Or even her mom. Her mom's a very, very well-known jazz singer around St. Louis, Kim Fuller. Barnes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, so she.
Wow.
I was like, when I heard her sing for the first time, I was like, okay, it makes sense how your daughter.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you guys can put together
a collab.
Yeah. I think that'd be great.
I would love to do a show with like some of the more well-known and more experienced seasoned singers. Just kind of bridging the gap between the generations of us, because there are a lot of us, young up and coming artists in St. Louis, and there are we have so many incredible women to look up to.
Yeah, definitely.
So
do you think maybe you ever move out of town?
Yep.
Better. Okay.
Yep. Oh yeah. Y'all can't keep me. Y'all can have me now, but y'all can't keep me.
Where are you thinking about going to?
Actually, we're planning on kind of making a move to New York. Not kind of. We are planning on making a move to New York after I finish off my residency.
Okay.
So sometime in the 2021, 2022.
Wow.
All of them. But yeah. Out of here just to see, because for me, I feel like most artists, most musicians, they want to be able to go to New York and, try and see if they can put themselves out there. And a lot of people don't, because they don't have opportunity. It's so expensive.
Yeah.
Yes, kind of stuff like that.
Right.
I have family there. My dad's side of the family, my stepmom, my sister, cousins. I do have more family in New York than I have here. So I do have support. I have people who know people. So it's like, if I'm kind of given those, it would kind of be, I think it would be kind of ignorant to kind of just be like, nah, I'm just going to just stay comfortable and, not take those things as they're kind of just in my face. So.
Yeah, it'd be a heavy debate with certain artists on staying here in St. Louis.
Yeah.
I know the market is a little tough.
But it's crazy because that's actually not the reason why I want to move. For me, it's just like I said, I have the opportunity, I have support,
right?
And that's my hometown, and I've been here since I was 5, so I never really got to. I've always gone back to New York, but I never got to experience living there. So that's what I want to do.
Right.
But the industry in St. Louis, I know it's picking up, it's growing, and it's about to be I feel like a big center, the new spot to find music and tech and just art, creativity, and all that. So that's the lack of anything is not why I would want to leave.
I know we have just amazing talent. I mean, sports, entertainment, it's incredible here. We just don't really get the recognition that, and that's.
And for real, and just overall historically, going back to the early 2000s, I feel a lot of 2000s culture, early 2000s culture is really St. Louis.
Yeah.
Really St. Louis culture. You ain't hear it from me. You did, but and people don't really say that, but Yeah, St. Louis has definitely had a huge influence on music.
Right.
The industry all over. So it's definitely making its way back. The attention, I feel like, is coming back, or it's about to.
Right. So you definitely have a lot of support when it comes to your decisions and your music. Has that always just kind of helped keep motivating you also? Is the support you have?
Absolutely. And I don't take it for granted at all, because I wouldn't have been able to do the things that I've done and make the moves that I've made without the support that I have. So
okay.
Yeah, it's great that I have a voice and I can use it, but if I don't have anyone listening, anyone putting me in places, taking me to rehearsals or whatever I need to do, making sure I have things set up like this, like nobody's gonna know. Right. I'm a very small piece of everything that people see.
Okay. So I'm assuming when you move to New York, BBP is going with you, right?
Yep. We going. That's why I said we.
Right. So, is he, kind of all for going, or does he kind of want to stay here also, or?
He's all for me. And
nice.
Just very much in support of me, and he doesn't want to stop me from doing what I want to do with my life. And me wanting to go back to New York isn't like new. Like, it's something I've always wanted to do.
Okay.
It's something I knew I was going to do after I graduated. And then I met him, and then I was like, okay, so maybe not right after, maybe a little time. Then I got this residency, so the timing has worked out now. So yeah, but he's definitely in support of me, and we've gone, luckily, and he was very well received. I think he's gonna fit right in. He's definitely bold enough, because let me tell you, New York people, New York men, they is bold.
Really?
So he definitely fits in with that. Yeah.
This very interesting that you say he's all for you, and just the glow on your face with his name is just truly amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
And I know with his music is, I don't like to say different, because it's unique. It's very unique in a great way. Yeah. Definitely very unique. And when William first sent me that song, like, we might have a little trouble with this, because just here in St. Louis, we don't really like new stuff unless it's coming from New York
somewhere
first,
else. That's right.
That's
definitely true.
And that's just a little bit of the frustrating part, but it's definitely gonna be a process. Definitely a process. And I love the glow that's on your face. Your personality definitely shows.
Thank you.
So is your personality like that when you're performing? Or are you more like serious?
Honestly, I don't know.
Really?
While I'm performing, I never know what's going on. It's crazy. People ask me all the time how I feel when I got off stage, or how did I do this or that, and I'm like, I don't know. I really feel like I'm just, something is being channeled into me while I perform, because I
like a blackout?
Yeah, it's like I don't remember any of it.
Really? Wow,
I just I'm in the moment, I'm feeling, I'm doing whatever is coming upon me, and then when that's done, it's like, okay, what just happened? I don't know either.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's definitely a first.
Yeah.
You mostly hear about people having blackouts when they fighting or something.
Oh, no. No. But it's the best kind. It's nothing. It's just pure joy. It's the energy. I'm doing it.
Right.
And I'm feeling it at the same time. So I'm really not thinking about it.
Man. So, and last question: the mental preparation for a show. About how long does it take you to be like, all right, I'm ready? Or is it like, a day preparation,
It would be nice if we had a day, if performers got a day, but like realistically, when you're in the midst of everything, you might not get 2 minutes. So I just take whatever little 30-second moment that I can, say thank you, God, say take me, cover me, do your thing, and that's all I can do, because
really?
things are hectic. A lot of times I'm driving myself to performances or, doing my makeup until the last minute or whatever the case. So it's not really a time, I don't think I have enough room to be like, okay, everybody, shh, I gotta go into mine. No. If anything, if I have like a big performance or something I'm nervous about, I may like take 10 minutes earlier that day and meditate to myself. But that's, when I like set aside time to do that. Otherwise, on a regular basis, you just kind of going.
Wow. I kind of feel like that with DJing.
Yeah.
It's like an on and off switch.
It's like, okay, what's going on? Get there, go and perform, move. Okay, you're done.
Wow. I honestly thought with you guys being singers, you kind of get like a little, preparation, the me's,
Oh, the warm-ups, the vocal warm-ups. Yeah. I do that while I'm driving a lot of the time. It's not like an away thing. Yeah.
Okay. Do you maybe listen to like some Jill Scott or your own music while you're on the way, or?
Actually, I don't like have a person or specific thing that I listen to.
Okay.
But I do make it a point to not listen to whatever I'm about to perform.
Really?
I don't like that. It's just like, because I'm getting ready to do it, and especially if I've already rehearsed it and I've heard it 50 million times and I'm about to do it again, it's like in between when I'm on my way, I just want to feel good. So whatever I want to hear to do that in the moment is what I'm listening to.
All right. So you got an Instagram, anything?
I do. People can find me at simplybe.be.
Okay.
And find me on Twitter at simplybe_be.
Okay. All right. So definitely appreciate you. You got a beautiful smile, beautiful person, beautiful personality. I am looking forward to that collab.
Ooh, I can't wait. I can't wait. No, it's gonna be fire. It's like, it's gonna be fire for me individually,
right?
And then him, and then when we come to, probably gonna be like an explosion.
And also the jazz collab too.
Oh, absolutely. Those, I definitely gotta start working on that too. That's something I wanted to do. It's like a one of my shows for the residency. So I have a little time to carry that out as well. Yeah.
All righty. Well, we'll definitely be on the lookout. Looking forward to hearing the EP.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I'm so excited about it.
All righty then. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.